All right, we're live already. So, welcome.
Welcome. We're just gonna be here for a second, testing the volume. If you guys can hear us. We know nobody's here right now at the moment, but we're here in Volcano, and we're gonna be talking about what's happened over the last 24 hours in Maui, and some of our concerns and what we're doing. So,
You want me to read the titles?
or no, just introduce yourself.
Oh,
I'm here with Cristina, my girlfriend.
Oh, right. I'm not used to this, you guys. I don't think I can do this. I feel too emotional.
Well, it's emotional, so maybe that's part of the process with us. Is it's really hard to talk about this, and we're far away from it. But we're hoping that maybe this can be part of the healing process. Is just to get over that difficulty of talking about how hurtful this has been, but how much maybe a lot of us want to do something positive to move forward. So, but Christina and I are a team, and we've been living out here in Volcano. We've been off grid for about 3 years. Moved out here before the pandemic, and I was born and raised on Maui. And in 2005, when Katrina hit, I asked Christina if she wanted to come to Maui. Her first experience, I think, on Maui was there was a cane fire, and we were doing the run to the sun. But we lived there for, how many years?
Until 2019.
Till 2019. And we were very fortunate that we had family there and just embraced the lifestyle of Maui. So now we're trying to do what we can to help people on Maui, and keep people informed out there of what's happening, and doing what we can as far as information and just support and prayers for everybody who's going through such a troubling and traumatizing experience. Would you like to say anything?
I'm just speechless. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's just, I can't.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Yeah. So, without we'll be taking some questions and doing our best. Right now, Christina has launched a station that you can see in the description, is trying to get us more informed about property rights and constitutional rights. Sorry, we didn't enable the live chat, but we are in our hut, living on a volcano, and love you both from Denver. Thank you very much. I think one of the things that's been happening here in Hawaii is that we've been feeling how many people have been affected by this, and how many people care about, everybody who's involved in this. As many people have put it, Maui is a gem of the earth, a gem of the United States. It's just a wonderful spot, and there's just a lot of great memories there. So moving forward is going to be really difficult. But and then, what else can we talk about, right? I think U.S. Navy divers have already gone through the scene. There's a huge backlash right now for county and state officials. Many people are frustrated about the mayor, the army, everybody who's been involved, and it just looks like a really awful and difficult situation that accountability, transparency. I don't know where we are in all of this. Gordon, thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, and I hope if anything we can do is bring awareness and information, and Hawaiian Acres, awesome, Big Island Pele Rocks, is that it's important that we keep telling this story, because we're also connected this place we call Earth. That it's just crucial that we don't let politics or anything else divide us on what's really important, which is your community, family. You know, we can't fight over everything. Yet we also can't be taken advantage of and not acknowledge where there's wrongdoing and where people need to be held accountable for criminal or negligent charges. So, but it's hard moving forward. Every day we're away from the situation, but it's been pretty traumatic. It's been very difficult for us and people Cristina talks to. Everybody here, even in Volcano, has been affected or knows someone. It's almost inescapable of how many people have been affected by this just awful traumatic effect. So let's see. And another big thing out there is Oprah. Oprah, who has a huge amount of land in Hana, as well as she has property in upcountry. It doesn't look like she's yeah, thank you. It's like it's hard to make sense of what exactly she's trying to represent or do in this situation. But it just doesn't look good. I think what Oprah's doing, it's unfortunate. I don't know. And then we also found a very interesting video from Maui County about the Maui Police Union chair responding to the fires, and I don't know what the general gist of that was, but that was what 9 officers lost their homes. So I think it's a really important thing to be sensitive about as we deal with what's true and not, is that while there may be people who mismanage this, there's a lot of people on the ground who are police officers who were fighting this fire who lost everything as well. So, the sensitivity to, I think, the people affected by this, it was everybody in that town. It wasn't just tourists or kids. It was just completely everyone. And if anybody has seen, there's a big push right now for tourism there on Maui, and it's a fine line. I think what they're trying to do, the economy is just is cratering there, and there's just layoffs. We watched a video from a helicopter tour, which they're in the luxury, but there's just nobody flying there. It's just affecting everybody throughout the chain on Maui. And I wish I could say go to Maui, but I can't give any advice on it. It's such a sensitive issue on what's happening there and the trauma that's happening there. But there is just no money flowing into the island right now. So, besides prayers, they need money. They just need help in every way possible. But if anybody has any questions that we can address, we're open to talk about anything right now. Live chat.
Local help turned away in the beginning. Not sure why that was happening. Kind of going back in the chat here. Thank you, Hawaiian Acres. I guess we did respond to that. They just won't leave anyone alone. Yeah, took part in global mediation for the healing of Maui. The souls had not left, even departed as they are staying. Do locals think that this was a natural... do locals think that this was not natural? I think they do in some ways, absolutely.
I think a lot of people are just mystified what's happening, and the response has not made it any better in understanding the cause, or it's a mismanagement before, during, and after, for sure.
Yeah, and Oprah is kind of tough, subject, as we saw there, working with The Rock. We'll have to see what that's all about. Will you be going back to Maui? I'll be going back next, and then Matt, um, sorry,
Yeah.
I'll be going in mid-September or so, and trying to maybe meet up with some people, either that we know or that we've been trying to help. And we're here on the Big Island in Volcano currently. Matt was born and raised on Maui, and we lived there together for about the better part of 14 years.
Yeah, and I see Iron Matron.
Iron, yeah.
Iron Matron. Yeah, the missing children. I know they did have a conference the other day at Kapalua with many of the parents and the DOE, and it appears that there are missing children, but there is also a huge concern for just getting kids back into school and education, but those numbers, I wish I had some kind of answer or some place that you could go, but there's just no clear answer exactly how many children were lost.
And also the comment about what do we think of all the bizarre conspiracy theories. I mean, there have been quite a lot. It's hard to sometimes sort it all out, especially when, sorry about my finger there over the lens, but it's hard to sort out when the news sort of says one thing. The yo-yoing of the numbers has been really tough to try to consume and understand, but otherwise I try to stay away from conspiracies as much as I can,
But I think it's very difficult too, because the county and the state has been really awful in providing information and transparency. So it's like if they want to be suspicious, or if they want conspiracy theories to like surface, they've done a very good job of doing exactly that.
Because they're not giving enough information, so then of course like we all start talking about it and figuring it out as we go, and maybe we're not all right all the time, and that's what makes it hard to discern one thing from another, because it seems like a lot of us do have the best thing in mind and want to do the right things, but...
Yeah, and I think along those lines too is along the conspiracy, it's like the trust has fallen apart, I think, in many ways. I took it personal when Josh Green called, social media idiots, where it's like somehow these people are so out of touch that they don't realize that we're also here to help and tell people's stories. And it's unfortunate that it just seems there's a huge disconnect, which that's, conspiracy theory or not, it's like unfortunate that like people are so disconnected with, we're all in the same place,
And you are correct, Eric West, if that is Hawaii Real Estate, he is doing a fantastic job. I think that is a reliable source, absolutely. I'm not someone necessarily with faith in God as he has. However, when I hear him pray, I'm listening. So, and also he's been on the ground and he's got good information. Like both Matt and I have only really been exposed to upcountry Kula, where there was also fires, but they did have warning. And only, I believe, 24 structures were lost. But either way, different fires at the same time. But Eric is on it, and we're all really lucky to have his information,
And we saw something about that, the warning systems. There was a misdirect with that. They should have sounded those things. The video evidence, everything that's coming out just looks like they I don't know what they were doing,
I mean, I think Eric does put things out there for people to decide, is kind of how I'll put it. But then also in terms of Biden's visit, I think that it's kind of 50-50, or at least from people that I've spoken with. Some people think it needed to happen, but a lot of people didn't like it at all.
And maybe you have to be a little more frank. The Democratic Party that basically runs Hawaii loved it. But how much did it produce? How much, issues tied with Ukraine? It was sort of a good show, but it didn't look that good at all. So, Weezy.
Thank you, Weezy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think with government, we pay their pensions, their taxes, and it's like they swear an oath to protect and serve. Yet we're in a situation that people had to disobey the law to survive, which goes against everything we learned in grade school. But I guess we're not going to survive with those skills. Save Maui Cats, awesome. Yeah, they're doing a great job there. They got kicked out, but yeah, it's a reality check. I think with Eric too, he has done a pretty amazing job in fundraising. So anybody who wants to commit their time and help other people for whatever reason, he's raised a lot of money, and he's down at ground zero, and I think his heart is just in realizing that he is a role in media that media is missing. So
yeah, the alarms, that is troubling, and seeing a lot of the video of people kind of walking around at like 3 o'clock, and
Mr. Q, aloha from Kauai.
But just also to put out there, yes, we're sounding off. Yes, we're just sort of talking right now. But we did start a series over on my channel, and the first in that series talks about knowing the law and doing a notice of claim, and you can do that both with the county and the state.
Yep.
The county of Maui and the state of Hawaii. And if you're somebody that did lose your home and or your business, just take a look at my channel if that is something that might help you.
Yeah.
We've done research on it together, and we're hoping to put more out there just so that you have the ability to be your own advocate. You're your own best advocate.
And if you feel there was negligence involved, which it seems apparent, or you're being deprived of the rights of your property, there might be constitutional issues that we're trying to develop on her station, and we can address, and also pull people from the community, people on the ground who can help us get this information so that people understand, as important as to have an attorney, you have rights and things that you can do without having an attorney by just understanding how to do things properly.
Yeah, I don't know if we think the police are trying to harm us. I mean, police are good people for sure. However, some of the decisions that were made at the top were absolutely questionable, would be my response to that. I mean, we personally know police officers and good people. So, but yeah, it's undeniable that, things are closed off on both sides, it sounds like, and that's just obviously not right. And we don't know how that happened or why.
Yeah. What's your other channel? That's Christina's channel.
So it's Cristina. If you look up Cristina, Cristina, Pineda, Pineda, you'll see my face, or it's Cristina Pineda 808 is my handle. No H, CR. Otherwise, you'll find there's a whole bunch of Cristina Pinedas.
Yeah, and as we said before, we met in Flagstaff, and Cristina moved out with me back to Hawaii, where I was born on Maui in 2005. And, we've just been interested in telling people stories and documenting things. But we have a new role, I guess, which is to try to help the people of Maui and maybe keep you guys informed of what's happening there.
Yeah, a lot of missing answers right now for sure, and it's hard to get information. And hearing the meetings that keep on happening on whether it's on Akaku,
thank you, Carol,
or on some of the other YouTube stations. It's any information. So we're just trying to give information that we know and being able to speak with you.
And what we're thinking about doing maybe is at least for the short term or maybe long term, daily updates of what we can gather from what's happening on the ground, as well as news sources, because we're paying attention all the time. And if we can share that and create an environment where we can share it with you guys and take on some of these questions, we can't answer all of them, but there's some of them that we're familiar with, and we're familiar with the area and people there. So if you're interested, we can navigate, I guess.
Yeah, all searching for answers for sure. And Yeah, we got to just try to help people before it all gets worse. And however, knowing that it might get worse before it gets better, I guess, because we're on day 24, 3 or 4. I'm not exactly sure.
No, seems like forever.
But I guess we might wrap it up at this
Yeah,
point.
maybe we'll go for another 5. We'll go to maybe 30 minutes, but we'll wrap it up. If you guys have any questions, or anything you want to hear us talk about, that's what The Rock said. Yeah.
What did he say? Oh, haiku.
Oh, awesome. Your chats help people share their stress, I think I said that before. It's like talking is maybe the most therapeutic thing we can do, so keep doing your videos. Thank you, DM.
Yeah.
It gets worse, the economic fallout. We're at 12,000 unemployment. The numbers are just awful for economic, and it's like they're trying very hard, and they're almost desperate to ask people to come back. But
in terms of the best grassroots to donate to, we've found that the Maui Humane Society is quite good in terms of obviously not people, but our furry friends. And also the Maui Food Bank is one that we have found is vetted and highly reputable in terms of getting food directly to people on Maui.
And we have a handful of people that we know on the island that if you're interested in, you can contact us. We have their Venmo or writing a check where, giving people money in their hands is probably the best thing,
So that is something that,
Thank you, Kay.
We appreciate it, Kay, and everybody. It's a hard
Maui
time.
Food Bank.
Yeah.
Yes, Beth.
Cool. Yeah, and I'm hoping to maybe volunteer there to serve food or something. I'm gonna have to check that out when I'm there, perhaps. And I'm even thinking about the holidays too, because that's as we roll into the holiday season, it's gonna be pretty intense.
Yeah, that's nice that Amazon has a direct link to the Humane Society. But what, everybody, thank you for Maui Strong
Maui
Fund
Strong,
is a great
absolutely.
source as well.
We'll put a link in the description too to that, the ones that we have found.
Sinclair.
We appreciate it, and all of you pitching in all these great ideas.
Yeah, and something we're trying to do going forward is just let's use the internet, let's use this community to build something that can help people. So you guys are all part of this. I guess the sirens, it's unfortunate. I don't know what the governor was saying. Right now there's a lot of pressure for people to resign. I don't know if that'll solve anything, but it's not looking good. But yeah, we'll go probably 2 more minutes and then we'll wrap this up. But make sure you check out Christina's channel. We're gonna have more information, our hearts in this subject. So
yeah, it's been harder than I could have ever imagined, even just watching it from here. But
are you okay? We are.
I think they're responding to someone else. But yeah, the children is still a big question mark. But hopefully things will start to add up at some point or another. And if anything, we can hopefully work out those kids getting into some school over on the Lahaina side, if that's possible. Even it's a makeshift school in a tent, so that they don't have to go through the devastation zone.
Thank you, Sound Beast.
But we'll just have to see. We are okay, and in our hearts we are sad and broken, but we have to try to look forward and move through this as best we can. And looking it in the face is kind of rough.
Yeah.
And we've heard this before. It's an act of war, but not to use those terms. We definitely want to try to just push forward and do our best to find the light in all of this and try to find some good to help each other.
Yeah, and just listen to people. I think it's really important that we take time to just listen to people's experience. We all come from a different place, but there's we can connect. So thank you, Houston.
Yeah, right on, you guys. All right, thanks so much for tuning in, and we appreciate you all.
Yeah.
And we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Aloha.